All right, this week we're going to focus on a couple tips and tricks inside of Google Docs, specifically on commenting and working with your students inside of a doc. So there's one thing that you can do is just a simple comment. So you can go in and highlight something in a Google Doc, click on it and leave a comment or either a specific type of comment for editing or just a thanks or a please look at this. The other thing you can do is if you have a brainstorming document or a workflow document and you actually want to assign something to someone, you can go in there and comment, and then when you add the plus sign inside of the comment, you can then put the person's email in and assign them something in there. And then when you assign that person, they will be notified and responsible for marking as done. So if I have a document that multiple people are working on, or I've got multiple students inside of a project, and I'm kind of using as project management, well, I can actually go in there, not only comment, but assign it to people as well. So that's comments. So the comments can either be done by using this plus sign over here, or you can go up to the top and go comment, comment, and do the same thing. And if you don't see the comments, you can also click on the comments up in the top and it'll bring it up. Another thing that you can do is you can actually suggest inside of the document itself. So in this top right corner, you can change from editing to suggesting. And now I can go in, I can say uh, lowercase that m and maker space. And so it actually adds the little comment over the side, but then it brings in the green inside of here. So I don't want to say real, so I just delete that. And so it has these suggestions, and then your student can either accept the suggestions or reject the suggestions. Another thing that you can do that's really kind of cool is, let's say that I oftentimes tell students that I need some more explanation on this. So I need more explanation, but I get tired of typing need more explanation. So I can make my own autofills. So if you'll notice what I did there is I created NME, hit the space bar, and it actually said needs more explanation because that's something I use all the time. That's done under Tools Preferences. So inside of here, you can actually create your own replaces. So you're going to replace NME with needs more explanation. So anything that you have in there, so let's say that I need a transitional sentence, and I just go in there and I say, anytime I type TS, replace that with transitional sentence. So TS space, transitional sentence. So once again, I'm quickly going through for those things that I do over and over again and creating these autofills. So as I'm editing, I don't have to spend as much time typing these repetitive things. I can do that inside of there. Then after the student goes through, they'll fix it and then they'll exit out to take away the suggestion, since it was just an ad in there as well. So those are some different options, either using comments or suggestions, depending on how you're doing it. One thing to note is you can't add the plus and a sign inside of suggesting, and you can't utilize the shortcuts inside of commenting. So depending on what you're looking for will help you determine what you're doing. So those are a couple quick suggestions on editing inside of Google Docs and how you can utilize those. One more thing I wanted to point out, if you're not always already using it, inside of your drive, you can go up to the top here and download Drive File Stream, either for Mac or PC. And Drive File Stream actually creates this connection on your desktop to your Google Drive in the cloud. So you'll now have like a network drive, and then inside of there, you can go in, and these are all in the cloud. So as long as I'm connected to the internet, I can click on it. And if you didn't know, you can also do documents inside of there. So this is a Word document that I have stored on my Google File Stream. And so anywhere I'm connected to the internet, I can go up there. I don't have to be connected to the network at All Saints. I can be just connected since it's in my Google Drive anywhere in the world that I have internet connection. I have this. But let's say that I'm also not going to. So I'm not going to be able to have internet connection. I want to work on this document that I have saved up in the cloud, but I want to work on it on offline. So if I right click on the document and go to Drive File Stream, I can make this available offline. It'll actually download it. Now in the future, I can work on it offline and then sync it back up once I get connection back to the internet. So this obviously doesn't work for things like Google Docs, um, because a Google Doc obviously has to be available, only available online. But if you're storing Word docs or Excel docs, this is a great way to do it. But the beauty of FileStream is it's not taking up space on your hard drive, so you can have this connection all the time and then just bring down the documents that you want. So those are the tips and tricks this week for Google Drive, and more specifically commenting for your students inside of Google Docs.